Hello, it's Phillip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers in London, and I'm looking this morning at a book from Routledge. It's what's called a Glasshouse book. It's called The Concept of Injustice, and it's been written by Eric Heinze. This is actually the book here. It's only a slim book. It's in the Law, Philosophy, Literature section. That's the back of it. It runs to something approaching just over 200 pages. There is an index to give you some idea of the points. Huge bibliography, which is very useful indeed. And then you've got an awful lot of detail. For instance, what you do have is a lot of detailed footnotes. And what you've also got in addition to that is some paragraph numbering, which I think does help. And at the front of the book you get some indication of what the book's about. It starts off with the various parts: classical understanding, then part 2 is post-classical understanding. Then you have the various sources, and they're very detailed. This is a high-style book without any doubt. You can see it. It's a book for the jurisprudent, without a doubt, and I think a lot of people are going to find it quite difficult to read. You can see the reason for that on page 1 of the start, where there's a quote from Plato's Republic. And really what goes through the whole book, and we've written it in the review, is legal theory. Does justice cause injustice? Read this book and you see if you agree. Now, my wife Elizabeth and I have written this book, and as I say, it starts off with Plato asks, what is justice? Author and legal theorist Eric Heinze now asks, what is injustice? Most people think they know the difference. Most lawyers, judges and other main players in the legal system know they know the difference. However, it is this sense of certitude that Heinze seeks to knock on its head. And obviously, as a practitioner, I'm well aware that all clients very much believe in their own personal views of what goes on, and then when they don't win, they think they've suffered some form of injustice. That's the practical element. But as a professor of law and humanities at Queen Mary College, London, Heinze argues in this thought-provoking treatise that contrary to the traditional tenets of Western justice theory, injustice is not primarily the negation, failure or absence of justice. Rather, it's the constant product of regime and norms of justice. Furthermore, justice is not always the cure for injustice, but often its cause. He quotes a huge number of philosophical thought, and of course there is a very substantial theme running through this of jurisprudence, which I'm sure everybody who is studying forcibly jurisprudence, especially in London, will find this book extremely helpful for their examinations. Let me conclude by saying a breadth and depth of erudition is offered in the overview of injustice as a concept, and that's what we have here, as well of course as including close and convincing argument, and I think again that will help you in your essays when you're dealing with the jurisprudence paper. If you are doing research in this area, I think you'll be delighted with the extensive footnoting throughout, which is very detailed, and the massive bibliography. The contemporary take on issues as old as time was published in 2013, right at the beginning of this year. I'd like to thank all concerned for this publication, which is a great contribution to the jurisprudential / legal theory debate. Bye-bye.